Okay, sorry about that. My clamp thing hit the lock button on my phone, and it ended my stream. I'm gonna monitor my stream on my computer. Give me a sec. Twitch. Cool, stream manager. There we go. So you can see that over there, but cool. So I want to get into this guy first. We're gonna set these off to the side. I'll focus on him. Need a tri-tip to get into these screws back here. Sorry if I accidentally kicked anyone out before. Like I said, that's not a tri-tip, that's a Phillips. You're too big. You grabbed the wrong one. Oh, you came out of the other kit, that's right. I need this one. Yeah, I grabbed the biggest one on accident. Alright. But yeah, I think this one's got a spicy pillow for me, which I believe my Franken... Oh, that popped apart immediately. That's not a great sign. But I believe my Franken Joycon has a spare battery that I can harvest. So if this one's deciding it wants to, yeah, she's puffy. Let's pull that out. Yeah, you can see she a little thicky. Oof. We're gonna go get this recycled later. I don't think y'all are gonna go with me for that. This one does not have a battery in it, so this one's just gonna be down for a little bit. I just want to get that battery disconnected at the most. I've got notes in my phone as to what needs to happen with all of these. So I'm gonna pop her back closed. I just wanted to double check and see what I forgot these aren't magnetic. I just wanted to diagnose and see what the actual issue was, because she wasn't charging, and then I noticed a little bit of a bow, so I thought perhaps she was having some issues, and lo and behold, she was having the worst issue. So I can buy a replacement battery for like $5-10 bucks. It's not too bad. I'll get that shipped in. UBreakIFix is a good supplier, and they will send it to me without tools, which I really appreciate, because most vendors out there will only send you things with tools, and I've got a nice iFixit kit, so I don't need like a whole set of tools every single time I buy parts. But like Extreme Rate, which is who I buy my Joy-Con shells through to get like these done, they always ship me screwdrivers, so I just have a box of screwdrivers because I need to take them to the recycling plant and drop them off, because what am I supposed to do with, like, is this the box that has the screwdrivers in it? It's not. I do have a box that has a bunch of screwdrivers in it, I swear, but... Oh, cool. I've got a white Joy-Con. I'm going to... Or joystick. I need that and that one. I'm going to switch the ones and these out real quick, which is going to be a little bit more in-depth than this guy was, but we got the battery out of it, which is all I really wanted for that. This is my Trans Pride set that I turned my OLED switch into. I think she's really cute. I love this set so much. I don't want to start with this one. This is the one that had the non-responsive joystick, so we're gonna see what's going on there. But yeah, see, when you unscrew a screw, usually they stay like closed like this, but the last one, as soon as that first screw came out, it's like, oh, fucking room to breathe for that battery. So we'll see. That's interesting too, because it's the first battery I've ever had fail on me, and I'd not used those Joy-Cons ever. Like, I literally have never used them, except for once to test them, and it had really bad drift, and I was like, alright, cool, I'll just deal with this later. I put it back in a bag, and I haven't touched it since. So, real weird. Let's pop up in here. Cool. So first things first, we're going to pull this battery. Oh, there we go. And then we're going to very, very gently. Okay, it's not wanting to give, so we're not going to pull too hard on those cables. Sometimes they just pop out, sometimes you actually have to put in a little bit of work. I don't want the metal one. I would like, what do I got? I got a little plastic one that I can get down in here with. I'm moving too fast. I need to slow down. This is too thick. Do I have something thinner? What do I got? What do I got? Yeah, we've got goodies. We've got plenty of goodies. Let's get up under there. Sorry if my hair gets in frame. Trying to see what I'm doing, but also not get in the way of the cam. There we go. Got the battery out. That took way longer than it typically does. We need the Phillips head for the rest of this. We're going to pull one. I don't know if y'all can see my parts tray, but I do keep things organized. And this lifts out. We're gonna grab you. Flip that. Where are my tweezers? These are ESD tweezers as well. I don't know if you can focus. ESD safe. There, I fix it. They're very nice. I'm gonna pull you out. Separate the metal plate from the things. Oh, that would make sense why the joystick wasn't working. It's, if you look here, not plugged into anything. So I didn't do that just now. It's just been like that. So that would make sense that that stick doesn't work. I do still kind of want to replace them with white joysticks, so I think I'm going to do that regardless, which means I'm going to flip that, pull that, and then we're going to take this and get this top screw. Can you let go, please? Thank you. This bottom screw here. Also, I don't advise anyone take apart their Joy-Cons. It's, oh, I have a Joy-Con cap on. It's risky. You might break your $80 Joy-Cons because they're not fucking cheap. I'm going to set that aside because that's still probably good. We're going to get a white one out and install it. The only repair that I really think is like super user-friendly, and super user-friendly is pushing it for sure. We'll get that in a second. Is a joystick swap on specifically the left Joy-Con. Everything else is terrible. Everything else is such a pain in the butt. Even just doing the exact same joystick swap on the right Joy-Con is so much worse than doing it on the left. I'll point out why when we get to that one, because I'm going to be doing that one as well to make them a matching set, because I don't want one to be white and one to be black. That's just weird to me. I don't like it, but I think that looks really nice and very cute. It will still have a Joy-Con cap on it anyways, but like, I don't care. I want cute Joy-Cons. That's all I give a shit about. We're gonna get you. And And this is why I don't recommend that people do this, is because these little ribbon cables are such a pain in the butt to see. If I can get my camera to focus on it, it'll actually be kind of nice because I can see it a little bit bigger than I can with my regular eyes. Okay, we got that in. We're going to push that closed. Good. I'm going to get this joystick one in right here. Pops in right at the back here. Flatten it out. Should just slot in. Be careful of these ribbon cables here while you're messing with this one, because I didn't take that off. I didn't see a need in it. If I flip that down, I believe that's in there enough. Then we are going to put let's see here. This one goes like this, and it holds our trigger buttons. Come here, you. It goes in there. Flip that closed. I'm going to, oh shoot. I've got spares. I'll have to find one. But the little spring that goes on this post that gives this the like spring action of your shoulder button has decided to migrate. There it is. Oh, so tiny. Little tiny springs. These little springs are such a pain in the ass. Honestly, like they really, really are. They're so useful, and I'm sure that they're like actually integral to the build of these Joy-Cons, because like you will require them to make a lot of the things function the way that they're supposed to. But they're such a pain. They're such a pain, especially the ones that are in the actual like trigger. Because of the way that the trigger's assembled, it is so hard to, here, I can do this on camera. It is so hard to take that trigger apart without launching those things at like Mach 5 across the room, because there are two little springs that are in there that are held together underneath some clips. So it is such a pain to deal with. So we've got the new joystick in. We are going to get this power connector in. I'm going to bend this wire a little bit so we can see what we're doing. We need to get this, and can I zoom? No, I can just get this closer. Cool. Sorry, y'all are on like a little arm. So I need to get this thing here into this little connector here. And it just slots in and clicks. Oh, jeez. This one's so floppy. Click. And then you route your cable through the little hole here. Give it a nice little press to get the cheese that's on there all nice and tight. And then, well, it should come on. Give everything a little squeeze. Get a nice little click. Then you put your screws back in. Those are the stinky proprietary Joy-Con screws that are the Nintendo screws that Nintendo's become famous for. The one thing that they do to prohibit people from working on their products is make the screws slightly annoying to work with, but it's got a little Y-tip. So you, or tri-tip, depending on who you are. Okay, this is too close now. Thank you for backing up a little bit. I appreciate it. Just twist that, get those in. I like to do them catty corner so I don't over torque any one section as I tighten them down. So I'll do one and then the other, and then other. Try not to strip them, because if you do, then you can't repair them ever again. It's a huge pain. Make sure you use the right size screwdriver to get a good grip on them. Don't over torque them. But now, it lights up, and then if we click this, it doesn't. Huh. Controller, grip order. Can I get you to connect? I did pull the battery. Give me 1 second while I pair it to my switch. Okay. Hey, check that out. The joystick works. It might need a calibration, but functional joystick. That's done. We're gonna put the little cap back on. And we got one. So now we're gonna do the joystick on the other one to make them match. This is going to be a much more involved process than the first one. It always is. So this is a savable. I'll pull you guys back out just a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. Cool. Doesn't seem to be any battery issues, which is good. Get that little click. Pull this open. And then comes the annoyancing part. We need to switch back to our Phillips. Let's see here. Let's see if we can use these because they're ESD safe. And pull the battery out. Heck yeah, that went a lot faster. Use a little plastic spudger to get up underneath some battery. Yeah, there we go. Battery's out. It is safe. And then this one is a little bit different, where the screws, instead of being in the middle, because there's electronics there, on this one, they are there. Up underneath this one here. It's down here as well. Cool. And then let's get this guy out of the way. This lifts off. And I forgot. Did these have a shoulder button issue? Because you're missing. Oh no, your triggered button doesn't work. That's right. So the sensor for the trigger button typically rests under here, right up in here, and it has a little cable that will wrap around this way and connect to this connector here. I probably shouldn't poke at that with this. Connect to this little connector here. It's a really, really pain in the butt, little tiny, finicky thing. This goes to here, and then everything else is on the other underside of the board, so it's all like hard soldered in, whereas the other one has a joint board where it's two separate boards. This repair will be a lot easier because I don't have to deal with that little ribbon cable. That little ribbon cable is such a pain in the butt. But I can get this one done pretty quickly. It's just a routine joystick swap. The IR sensor's coming out a little bit. this is actually not a routine. It is easier than it normally would be. I need to pull keycap or Joy-Con cap cover off. I'll have to think about that more as we go. Where are my tweezers? Here they are. We are going to flip this little switch gently so as not to break it, because I've broken a lot of those little switches. Learning to do this. It's all learning and practice, but pop that guy out. So now we've got 2 of those. We're going to get this white one and push that through. Beautiful. So now I'm going to cry and weep and sob and pee my pants, but then after I'm done with that, I'm going to put the screw in. And then get this one here and maybe do the same. Cool. So now we've got the Joy-Con secured. We need to plug it in back into the slot that we took the other one out. Cool. Got that plugged in. Flip the latch, and she's in. So now, because I do have the parts to repair my trigger, I don't know where they are. I need to take inventory. I wasn't expecting to like actually repair a bunch. I was just gonna do a Joy-Con swap or joystick swap. But then I forgot that that is done. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If you don't want to hang out, give me a sec. There's a screwdriver. They send me a billion of these. I have so many. Here's a different one. Here's some more different ones. Okay, I found another drawer. These are light sensors. These are light sensors. B7000. Those are for Joy-Con locks. Hell yeah! I found it. I don't have my box cutter on me. That's fine. I can improvise. Okay, so we can do the metal Joy-Con locks are my favorites. I don't know if I've done that to these yet. We might do that later, but these are by far one of the best upgrades to a Joy-Con, a pair of Joy-Cons you can make. They're small, but they're worth it. Let's cut this open and get these working, because I would really like for my ZR button to work. There. It's my ZR assembly. The old one that I had been damaged, and that switch had come straight off the board. So this goes in actually this way. Then this will wrap around and down. So we just need to, one sec, I need this. So with this one, to get this button off, it's clipped in here and here. So you need to pull those clips. Can you focus, please? Thank you. You push those clips in, pull this back, but also don't release this, stop that, the springs that are under there into the abyss. So it is definitely like a balancing act of getting all of this to work properly. Okay, I think I've done it. Oh, that went so smoothly. I did drop a spring, but it landed in the part string. Okay, so we got that button off. Now what we need to do is find my screwdriver, take the flathead off of it, get this on, take this screw out, put this in here, like so, and screw it back in. So the way this one works, if I can get it closer, so let's get it on my hand like this. So this knob here holds it in place. This one fastens it to the thing. This cable will come out and around like this, and then right down like this, and plug into that socket. That's why this one's kind of a pain in the butt, is getting this plug into this socket is such, you have such a narrow tolerance for it. It is so finicky. But that should get these 100% functional, which would be really nice. So we're working on that. We got this here, and this here, and then you need to line the knobs up like that, and then don't break your switch. Cool. That went really smoothly. All of the springs are in their locations. The switch is in, you can hear it. That's what you want. Cool. So we got the joystick swapped, we got the trigger fixed. I think that's everything that was wrong with this one. I'm gonna get this B7000 and the light bars out of here. I was showing those, but they don't need to live there. Okay, so now comes the difficult part of getting this thing in here like this. So you have to go in through this like little section here. It is so annoying. I don't know if y'all are gonna get to be able to see it because of the way it has to happen. Okay, that is now open. And the other frustrating part is that taking these out would be so helpful. These little ribbon cables here and here would be so helpful, except for the fact that if I take them out and then this is on like this, getting them back in is also a huge pain in the butt. So there's not really a good solution for that. I'm gonna pull this guy because he's easy to get back on. We are going to finesse. Here, we can lose that for a sec. Okay, the spring stayed on it too. Nice. Okay, got it in the slot. Make sure it's aligned properly. I can't really see if it's in there enough. Okay. And now there. I think I got it in there. So we can test that in just a moment. And then we can put this like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and then we can screw this in, and then put the battery in, and then go from there. We'll be able to tell if it's in properly, because when I push that trigger, like if I push it on this one, the light comes on. So we should be able to do that for this one. Yeah, I know. I really shouldn't put all these screws back in before I've tested that it works, but YOLO, I believe was the term that the kids used in like 2002. It wasn't 2002, that was in like 2010, something like that, 2010. Sounds about right. Cool. So pop that back in. Sorry I'm not showing any of this. I will show you what I've done after I've done it, because these ones are a little bit small to show and to do. There's not like a ton of space there. Okay, so I put this connector back into its slot, this gray one with the gold end goes there, and then it feeds through this thing here, which goes into this corner. I pop that in more. Yeah. Rides there and hides along there, cable managed. And then this one I can pop in here and take this, put it where it goes. Cool. So that one's back in there. And then, okay, so we can see the lights there. Once they stop, I can test this trigger before we close it back up. Oh, it's not clicking. It's not what we want. Okay. Yeah, if I just press it, it should light up, so it's not connected properly. That was stupid and dangerous. Don't do what I just did, which is use something sharp and metal to pry up a battery, because that's not a great idea. It's an easy way to get a small fire, or have to, at the very least, place your battery. I'm not a professional, I am just someone who really enjoys doing this, so if you want to yell at me, you can yell at me, I don't really give a shit. Yeah. Did that do it? Oh, it's still not working. This might just be a busted switch, even though it's freaking brand new. You never know what you get on the internet. Let's try plugging it in the other way, because I might have the switch just upside down, or the ribbon cable upside down. It happens from time to time. Okay, that worked. I just had the ribbon cable in upside down. So now the trigger works, and we can reassemble this. So we get that there, make sure that the spring is in the right spot. Whoop. Okay, get you there. Do that. Cool. And then we can get some screws back in. That one, this one, this one. So now we should have a fully functional controller set. Dope. I love it when a repair goes at least sort of smoothly. So you can go in there. We're gonna get the corner in here. There we go. Fed the cable. Cable management's doing all right. We pop this one back closed. Get some crunches. Pop that there. Grab this. And oh yeah, these aren't magnetic. I do that literally all the time. I've been doing this. I've done countless, not countless. I've done like over a dozen pairs of Joy-Cons, and I still make that same mistake. Because the ones that I know that non-ferrous or non-magnetic screws are actually technically nicer because they don't have any inherent magnetism, so that they don't pass current or blah 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 whatever. I don't really give a shit. It is really nice when a screw sticks to the end of my bit, so I can actually put it in properly and make sure it threads right. I really prefer that. So come here. My hands are shaky. What time is it? It's 2:06. Okay. Man, my bit rate's all over the place on my phone. On my computer, that's at like a flat line. On my phone, apparently, it's like a ECG. Okay. So now when I press this trigger, it lights up. Cool. So we've got two functional Joy-Cons. This one now has a working stick. This one now has a working trigger. That was a problem with this pair. So neat. We've got that fixed. These are done. They're fully ready to go. I just need to make sure this is calibrated. Make sure that both of these are calibrated because I just swapped them. Make sure that the buttons are reliable. Play on them for a little bit, and then we would go from there. But yeah, no, these ones are all fixed up. Looking nice. I love my little Trans Pride set. I'll be so sad to sell these whenever they go, but we'll see what happens. Okay, you need a new R button, which I have in a box somewhere, but I don't want to have to go look for. The L and this whole assembly's not working, which makes me think that it's not plugged in properly, because it's not just the L, it's the L and the minus button. You're a left Joy-Con, so you're yeah, you're easier to work on. I'm gonna check you, at the very least. We'll see what's going on. I want to see internally what is happening with this pair. Oh, come on. Gotta be really gentle with these screws. The screws that Nintendo that hurt. Well, you got to see me stab myself pretty hard in the hand. Didn't go very deep. It just scraped off a bunch of surface layer skin. The screws that Nintendo sends are very, very fragile, is what I was going to say, and that they, oh, that really hurt. They strip really easy, so you want to be very careful not to strip them and go slow and kind of listen to what they want. You also need to apply a decent chunk of pressure, which is why I just stabbed myself. It hurt like heck. Oof. Yeah, it's gonna bleed a little bit. Sorry, don't mean to show y'all anything nasty. Where I can see is where my camera is, so if I'm looking at it, you're looking at it. I am farsighted, so I have to keep the things that I want to look at far away from me. I left my glasses at my mom's house. I'll have to go get those at some point, but this set is going to be a chromie set. I think that's going to be so cute. Again, I want to keep these, but that is not what I made them for. Oh, I love this purple though. It's so cute. I almost said this doesn't have an IR sensor, but it's not supposed to. Cool. Disconnect the battery. Swap this bit out for a Phillips head. Cool. And then we can pull this one over, and yeah, like expected, the connector bay for these two switches. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. This set had an issue, and the actual switch cover came off. I've got some electrics glue. Okay, let's see what we can do. This is like super glue, but for small electronics. Put just a little bit there. Ooh. And then get this to go back in here. Hurting. I might have to this set. Oh, that's right, you don't have a battery hooked to you. I need to see what's going on. Connectivity wise, I need to, is this working? And the only way to do that is take this guy in here. Get it in there. That worked. There we go. Still has a little bit of it, so it should stay. Get a nice little crunch. Pump this one instead, and then we're up. And I'm gonna go take. I'm gonna try a slightly for this one because it's behaving itself. Align it properly. It's a little bit better than other. Awesome. Now, trigger button works whenever that's done. Cool. So this one's cool. We've got 3 Joy back to 100% now. I found this one to pair it with, probably pair it with the pink one because the function, whereas well, it is the end of this, it works, whereas this one I don't work or not. So we're gonna get this one charged and get it tested and go. We've got fixed. We've fixed these. We need a new shoulder button, which I have in a box. Once I find that, I'll be back to this. I need to catch this one, see what's going on. It's got a loose connection and one internal bits. Should get that one back to functional. And then a new battery and a joystick for one of them, and then we'll see where we're at with this one. I haven't seen any like discernible drift or anything, so that's been nice. Everything's looking pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Sorry I injured myself. I mean, it's more my problem than anyone's, but I really appreciate anyone who watched and anyone who watches. If you'd like, you can find me on Twitch at Peekapew or on YouTube at Peekapew, and you can find my store on TikTok and Instagram at Monster Girl Mods. I will probably have that in the description. Come watch me play games, come watch me make Joy-Cons, and have a good time. I'm also going to do like custom keyboards and other stuff. So yeah, for that. Alright,